But the reality was, he did drop me right on my head. Ironically, Stone Cold Steve Austin called me up, I'll say somewhere in the last, 10, 12 months ago. He called me up out of the blue on my cell phone. And he goes, Dan, it was Stone Cold Steve Austin here. He said, I know that we didn't talk much when we were both working for Vince. And he said, you had your thing to do, and I had my thing to do. He said, a friend of mine just showed me a video just recently. And he goes, I had to give you a phone call. He said, Owen Hart. Well, I mean, he basically said Owen Hart fucked up. He goes, he literally dropped you on your head. He should not sit down on his butt. He should drop down to his knees. And I go, yeah, he did. He did it incorrectly. He goes, are you okay? I go, I come up with a little comical line. I go, mentally or physically? And he got kind of a kick out of my one line. I said, honestly, Steve, I hit the top of my head and I had a bolt of lightning run down my spine and run down my leg. I said, it was all part of the angle. As I laid there, I didn't try to bring any attention to myself, but as I laid there, I'm making certain that my hands are still moving and that I could still move my toes. And even at one point, because I think, I don't know if Owen realized at that point in time that he screwed up or he hurt me, and he knelt down because he's still trying to keep in match performance mode. So he kind of whispers, he goes, he reaches out, grabs my hand, he goes, if you're okay, squeeze my hand. I did not squeeze his hand. And the match went on to do is like, okay, paramedics are called in, I'm taken off on the backboard, neck brace, backboard. They carry me back. As soon as they get me back past the curtain, I get off the backboard. And that's when, Owen Hart comes up to me and he's like, question me. He goes, why did you squeeze my hand? But that's when I basically went after Owen. I mean, not that I was going to beat him up right then and there, but I mean, I went after him and I'm thumping him on the chest, the old thumping here. And I go, why did you drop me on my head for real? I said, you are a trained professional. I go, you're Owen Hart. I go, you're part of the Hart legacy. I said, if anyone should know how to do something correctly, you and the lineage that you came with it. I mean, I was livid. And I go, if I should ever have you in the ring again, I said, I will not take care of you whatsoever. I mean, I was pissed because literally I know I dodged the bullet. I mean, it was sad to see what happened, to what was Owen's demise, with the blue blazer gimmick and stuff like that. But that's, I tell people all the time there, James, that I've been hurt far worse in my professional wrestling career than I have been in all my cage fights. And I go, that's wrong. In Owen Hart's defense, Owen Hart always tended to put like a little bit of baby oil on his arms and on his chest because it made his muscles glisten when he went out there. So maybe it was the application of that, or maybe the fact that I'm kind of deceptive on my weight. I weigh more than what I look. I'm a little bit more denser.
Big bone.
But it could be a combination of those things. But at the same token, if again he's got me up, he should have been dropping down to his knees and not sitting on his butt.
I've always been so curious about the moment that happened in the ring between you and Brock Lesnar. He gives you some receipts. What's the actual story of what happens here?
I got a little overzealous with him, and he had to check me. And that's just, at the end of the day, it's two big, dominant dudes out there going at it, and things happen. This ain't ballet.
Did you hit him by accident?
Yeah, I stiffed him on accident with the knee, and he wasn't happy with it, so he clobbered me on the side of the head. And I like to think I'm the only human on earth that's ever taken a right hand for Brock and didn't go night-night. I went 20 more minutes in the match.
Did it hurt?
It didn't feel good. I mean, you can see the slow motion. My skull moves, and then the skin catches up.
Yeah, Leon, I knew Leon in the AWA, he was just breaking in, and I guess, it ate at Leon for a long time, and we're good friends, I mean, I like Leon, and I think he likes me, and, I mean, we have a part in history together, but, he was, he was just starting out and everything, and they put me in a couple of matches with him, and I went out there, as a veteran, and sounds in the right direction that the match should have gone because of my position and Leon just starting out, even though he was a huge, big, strong athlete and all these, I mean, a legitimate, type of guy, So anyway, I went out, we had a couple of matches, and he's told me since that he says, I've read where they said there's never been a bigger mismatch in the history of pro wrestling as Stan Hansen and Vader, And I guess it really probably, it hurt him, it hurt him to read that, and so anyway, so this match came about. Somehow they had a joint show over there, and they had a match between me and Leon, and and he was wearing this big thing, and the Vader costume, and everything. I mean, he was over. I mean, he was over big time, and anyway, they put us together, and it just, I mean, I knew it was going to be, big old stiff match, and. Sure enough, I guess, I mean, he was telling me the story here at WrestleMania just here recently when he introduced me. He was saying that he was walking. He told Inoki that he says, I can't carry this thing on my shoulder and step up there to the ring with. He says, well, why not? And he said, well, Stan Hansen, he's not going to let me walk in here into the ring with this thing on, and so he says, well, I'm paying you to wear it or whatever. So anyway, sure enough, as he's coming up, I charge over, and I don't remember, per se, but he was telling me, he says, you hit the thing came back, broke my nose right off the bat. He said, the thing hit me in the face and it broke my nose. The guy set it down. Anyway, he come in, so now he's seeing red, right? Anyway. We just pounded the dog out of each other, and it was, and I ended up, I guess it hit him in the eye, and, and then he had this mask on too, and he pulled the mask off, and I couldn't see, I could see his eye was, but, I couldn't tell because I can't see past here, but anyway, so that's how it was. But,
so you just were protecting yourself. He was being
well,
really
yeah. I mean, he was pounding on me, and actually, Mike Tyson fought Buster Douglas the next day.
Yeah.
And so, in the dressing room, or sometime after, Leon said, are you going to the fight? And I said, no, I'm not going to the fight. And he says, there won't be any punches thrown harder tomorrow night than were thrown in that match tonight. I'm going home.
And you guys outdrew them too, didn't you?
Huh?
Didn't you guys outdraw the Mike Tyson fight?
I don't know.
Crowd.
I don't know. I don't know that.
If you're new here, be sure to hit subscribe. If you liked the video, please make sure to leave a like and a comment below and tell us your thoughts. If you wanted to help out the channel as well, we also have memberships available, and you can check out our Twitch links in the description box below, as well as join our Discord. That's all we have for you today. We'll see you in the next one.